How do I connect with an audience is what we're talking about today on the eCentral Business Show. I'm John Nayler, joined once again by John Mulvey in this series of videos about public speaking and the like. Now, connecting with an audience, John. We visited with that a little bit in the first video. Let's talk some more about that subject. What are some of the hacks? What are some of the quick ways to get connection with an audience?
It's about the language.
Yes.
The KISS principle, keep it simple, stupid. So I do ask people if they've ever said something and immediately regretted it. Oh, I didn't mean to say that.
Yeah, okay.
Yes, well, the fact is, you did mean to say it.
Oh, okay.
Because the left brain takes in all these words, and often we blurt out what it is. Yes, I meant you, you stupid. Oh. Okay. So my tip there is to pause and think before you say anything. So the idea is there of what it is that you want to say, yes. And in that pause, you can find out whether that is appropriate or not.
Okay. So you're saying don't be scared of the pause.
Oh, no. The pause is vitally important. This is why I'm talking about speaking in chunks. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Shut up.
Yes.
Observe the listeners, and you'll find out from their feedback whether they've understood or not. So don't use words that could confuse. It's so important to speak in language that they understand. And this is what I talked about earlier, sharing information. Be a storyteller.
Yes.
And if any of you have got children, think back to when you might have read a story to them. And there are many, many stories, and I know from my own children that I would read a story at bedtime to them. And I'd be talking about, well, Father Christmas, and look for the nods that I'm getting from you now. Yeah. Oh, yes, Father Christmas, and the sleigh bells. And with that experience of having children and spoken to them, read bedtime stories, it's no different to speaking to a group of people. And it's not talking down at them, it's sharing information. So be a storyteller. Imagine that you're sharing information with a child, with a partner, or whoever.
So it takes an approach around almost that sort of bedtime story type approach.
Yes.
So there's a bit of a pause.
Yes.
You're thinking about how you're going to present that, how you're going to inflect on that, how you're going to put some tonality in that. Yeah.
Very much so, because otherwise it could be construed as, now sit down, shut up and listen, because I know and you don't. That's why I'm up here on the stage and you're sitting down. Yeah. And I've witnessed this at universities with some, not all, some lecturers with that approach, talking down at the students.
And they lack the animation and they lack the interaction, lack the tonal,
yes,
the melody of that, yeah. It's been quite an insight around the eCentral Business Show as it's developed as well, having a range of people come in to speak to me. You can tell people that are trained or are focused or have educated themselves around public speaking, because there's a melody in their tone, there's some gestures, they're looking at the camera, and they're engaging automatically around those sorts of factors.
And congruency is really important, John. Congruency. That is the words that you choose to use. The way that you say those words, that's the tonal quality. And the body language.
Yes.
And if those three are congruent and agree with one another, then you're believable. Yeah,
yeah. Because are we almost saying that, because we know body language, it's well published that body language is a massive amount of communication, yeah? Is it almost as though you go on stage and just gesture a presentation? For the most part, yeah. So Marcel, he did it well.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. The thing is to make sure that the body language agrees with the words that are spoken and the way that those words are presented. That's the tonal quality. Because there are speakers who are dashing about, and they might be talking about walking down a hill. Well, if you've, it's got to be congruent. If you're climbing up a hill, climbing Everest, the appropriate body language will agree with the words that you've chosen. And if they all agree, Albert Morabian said 7% for words.
Yes.
38% for tonal quality.
Yes.
and the rest body language. Now, I think body language can be as high as 95%.
So you're turning it on its ear almost.
Yes.
So body language, okay, and we've talked about that. Tonal quality, what's some examples of that? So even the tonality of things.
I was climbing a hill once, and then I was running down a lane.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
I was climbing a hill. Yes, that could be difficult, but running down a lane.
Yeah, okay, got it.
So get the words to match the body language and the way that the words are said.
But then we also put a lot of focus, a lot of energy before we go on stage on that perfect pitch, that perfect speech, that perfect thing we want to say. I'd put it to you that we're putting in 90% of the effort on the words. You're saying it's actually an inverse thing almost. It's the words almost.
As long as those three elements agree, then you've got communication.
Yeah, okay.
Be conversationally competent. Don't talk at people. Share your information, as I mentioned earlier, about imagine you're speaking to a child and wanting them to get it.
Yes, yes.
There are, well, only you have to switch on television, and people often, because they've so much to say, are speaking at 100 miles an hour. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
Oh, we know
Shut up!
People like that, yeah, yeah.
Got to stop. And that pause, so the pause is vitally important, allows people to take in what it is that you've just said. But without the pause, and we get this on Channel 9, Channel 7, whatever we're looking at, let's go to the coast now and find out about the weather. Oh yes, well it's been very bright today, and yesterday was brighter, but tomorrow I think it's going to be raining. There could be a thunderstorm. It's like, wow, speaking at 100 miles an hour. So chunking down, delivering in chunks of information, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, shut up, gives them, the listeners, time to absorb what it is that you've just said.
Sure.
And then you get on to the next bit.
Yeah.
Chunking down.
Yeah, okay. And that's it, trying to reveal too much content. I remember some advice I was given early on. I mean, thank you, Paul Macquarie, for putting me on stage years ago at a Unix conference, and we were talking about, and I got the gong to speak about TCP/IP, the fundamental language and communication means of the internet. I didn't know that topic, and it ended up being 90 minutes, and it was terrifying, absolutely terrifying. I think I took 5 years off from public speaking on the basis of that, so I've had to since get back on the horse. But there is that sort of thing around that where you're trying to present too much information, trying to fill in.
That's overload.
You don't need to.
No. And you can simply ask a question. Have I covered what you wanted to hear, or are there any particular questions? Yeah. And this is monkey see, monkey do.
Yeah.
Monkey see, monkey do. They see the hand raised, and well, I see it often. I do that, and somebody will respond. If nobody puts their hand up, fine. Yeah. Let it go.
Yeah, right. Inspiring stuff now. Blow me down. We're out of time.
Oh.
John, how do we get hold of you? What's the phone number for you?
Oh, please give me a call. 0411 541 899.
There you go. Okay, thank you very much, John Mulvey, expert in the field of public speaking. Wonderful to have him on the eCentral Business Show. Today, I'm John Nayler. Thank you very much for watching another episode of the eCentral Business Show. What we're doing on the eCentral Business Show is we're bringing you business leaders and the best of the knowledge. We want to bring them on the show and release that content so that that's something that we can share with you via this easy to consume format. So you can follow us across LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Google+, or just regularly visit the eCentral.com.au/show website, pick out the best things for you and educate yourself on that premise. Now there's video content there for you, so you can just watch the video and inform yourself in your own time. We've also now podcasting that content as well, so it's really simple to consume. You can listen to it on the way to work in the car or during your daily exercise regime. Beyond that, we're also looking to connect with business experts. So if you consider yourself to be an expert in your field, please make contact so we can schedule you in and have you come on the show. So you can release your content and increase your brand across our format. Beyond that, we also invite people to send us their email address so we can send you our monthly magazine. And that's just the best of the content, the best of the videos for the month, put out once again in an email, arrives in your inbox, so you can just go through and pick